So if you, we talked years ago, you and I talked about pre-activation, and I really kind of want to send that home because that's a tough pill for a lot of people to swallow. But if you could drive that point for me, that would be great.
Sure. So everything, when you're thinking about how your body interacts with the ground or stabilizes against the ground, that is built around timing. So I look at movement, I look at injuries, I look at performance, everything that people want who are listening to get the most out of their body and their sports and things like that is the timing. So how quickly do you perceive the ground? How quickly do you absorb the vibration? How quickly do you stabilize your feet to your core? Different concepts like that. So that's where pre-activation comes in. So pre-activation is different than reacting. So I'm going to just give some facts to put it into perspective. So when we walk, we strike our heel when we walk, we experience ground reaction forces walking, right? Those impact forces are entering our body in 50 milliseconds. Okay, so we start running. So now running, there's obviously higher, it's 3 to 4 times our body weight. It's coming into the body in 20 milliseconds. Okay, so we got 50, 20. Your muscles that control the loading response don't contract until 70 milliseconds. So if we can kind of just think of this rate. So running, impact is entering your body in 20 milliseconds, but it takes 70 milliseconds to actually react to it. Does that kind of put
Yes.
it into perspective,
Yeah.
right? This means that impact is entering your body faster than you can react. So if you are reacting to the ground and you're thinking your foot strikes the ground and then it's like, oh, okay, let me absorb, right? That's too slow. That is where people are getting injured. One of the biggest contributors to that delayed response or that reactive response is cushion in shoes. So you become a little bit slower because you don't feel the stimulus as quickly. We want to be, and we actually need to be, not want, you need to be pre-active, which means before your foot even strikes the ground, you are stabilizing and stiffening and you are ready for the ground. You are ready for that vibration. That's the only way that you can efficiently load impact forces fast enough. Now, the way that you train the pre-activation response is to allow all of that sensory information to come in. That would be warming up barefoot. Some people actually run barefoot. That's getting the cushion out of the shoes. It's using things like the Naboso insole so that you have something in the shoe that brings in sensory. So it's just making your environment and the foot to ground interface as sensory rich as possible. And again, so that would be no cushion, materials, surfaces, Naboso insole. I'm also not a fan of socks because I just want to feel the shoe, which I want to feel the ground, or I want to feel the Naboso insole, something like that, so that you can be just one step ahead of the movement, which is this pre-active. That's the foundation to efficiency, and that's the secret to reducing injury.